Good morning and welcome to Rovali's Daily Podcast. Am I late? Am I early? I'm about a minute late. Not too bad, not too shabby. I'm telling you what, Facebook is having a little bit of issue with Zoom. It's like I had to have several attempts to get in because it just wasn't interfacing for the Facebook Live. But we're here now. We got it going. I don't quit, right? I do not quit. Anyway, have a toast with me, won't you? Cheers. Now, I know that I don't know if Facebook has changed the algorithms or what. That happens on occasion, and the things change and the flow of information changes. But I had a guy on Saturday. His name is Don, and he came up and said, "Did you stop doing your podcasts?" And I said, "No." I said, "I've taken a couple of days off here and there because I've had to, do some hardware fixes at Rovali's, and it requires I do that in the morning because I have to do it before we open, of course." And so I said, "Yeah, I've taken a few days off here and there, but." And he said, "Well, the last time I saw one of your podcasts was, probably a month or so ago." And I said, "Whoa, So that made me start to think, and looking at views. It's made me think that the algorithm has changed, and maybe you're not getting notifications of the podcast. So I would just ask you, if you're happen to see it today and you haven't seen it for a while, just check Rovali's Facebook page. And I try to do one every morning. Sometimes it's in the afternoon, depending if my schedule gets overrun. But I try to do it in the morning, and except for Sunday, of course. Yeah, but yeah, it seems like the algorithm is changing, or something is different now. So, but also, I wouldn't mind if you guys like our podcast, to share it with your friends and family, because the more viewership we get, of course, the more people know about Rovali's, and the better we do, especially during these pandemic times, shall we call them? Yeah, so every little bit helps. And by the way, I'm here to talk about you guys, okay? Because our friends and family that come and dine with us, um, we are just forever grateful, because you guys of course, help us achieve our goals, and that is to keep our business running, and all that kind of stuff. And we're doing really well. Of course, we've taken a little bit of a hit, but that's to be expected, right? Everything's different now. Everything's changed. But for the most part, we're doing fantastic, and we have you to thank. And so I want to say thank you. And I also want to thank my team. Wow, we have an amazing team. I've got oh, you have to excuse me, I got a little bit of a runny nose. We have a great team. My serving staff. I want to go over this, because I just when my team performs and when they do other things for us, it just makes me proud. It makes me feel really good, and it makes me grateful to be in this business, because I love this business. I love the restaurant business. I love meeting with the public, and we love to serve you guys. So I do want to say this. I had to go on Saturday, early Saturday during the day, and do some trimming of there's some trees that out back in the courtyard, and they're getting they had little saplings growing all over around the main tree back there. And it was really starting to look a little bit sloppy, and so I wanted to go clean it up. So I was back there trimming it all up and everything, and my wife called me. She says, "Where are you?" And I said, "Well, I'm actually out back." And she goes, "Oh, I didn't know you were coming down." I said, "Well, I just needed to come down and clean up a little bit." And she said, "Well, would you like me to order you a sandwich?" Because it was around lunchtime. And I said, "Yeah, that'd be really nice." So that was pretty cool of her. Anyway, so she put in a sandwich for me. Believe it or not, I eat at Rovali's. That's probably the main place that I eat. And we eat at home too, but when we dine out, it's Rovali's is always my first choice. So we were just out on the patio. I was done with the work, and it was so cool because I saw my staff, who was not working, they were eating at Rovali's. And Arturo and Kennedy and Cecilia and Julian, they all come walking out with food, and they have been dining inside, and then they just brought their, what was left, and we're walking out. And man, I'm telling you, that just really like pleased me. I was so happy. It's really cool when your staff not only work for you and work hard for you, but when they dine on their own time at Rovali's, that just makes you proud. So that made me feel good. That started off the day really, really well, and then the day only got better. So that night, we had a lot of first-time customers, and we love those guys because that means the word's getting out about Rovali's, and so when the algorithms change on social media, that makes you a little nervous for a minute, but you have to rely on people too. You have to rely on not social media. Social media is a great tool, but it is not the end to the means. It is you guys that make everything possible. So I want to say thank you, and I don't want to overlook that. But also we had so many compliments, with dinner and desserts, and we had a couple of people that were unhappy with the experience, and that happens. And I don't gloss over any of that stuff. We take the good with the bad, but I'll tell you what, the good very, very much outweighed the bad. And so that's just something to be proud of and to be happy about. And so thank you. And then, I had a older couple come in, and it was their first time with us. And he came up to say, I want to tell you something. He said, your service was exemplary. I owned a restaurant for 35 years, and your food was exceptional. Your desserts were divine. I mean, what do you say when people keep telling you that? I was just like bombarded with it, and all I could say was thank you. As I had the biggest grin. I was wearing my mask, but I had the biggest grin on my face, and it was just really, really heartfelt from him and his wife, and they enjoyed their stay with us. And I say, like I always say, welcome to the family. And he says, we will be back, and we're going to tell our friends about you. And I was like, great, thank you so much. And that happened a lot over the weekend, and during these times of so much negativity and so much strife and all that stuff. What makes me proud is the fact that the Rovali's experience, at least for a little while, can take you away from all that. And I'm being 100% sincere and open and honest with you that is amazing. It really, really is amazing that what we're trying to do, we're doing. We're making it happen. And when you benefit from it, and you're able to have a little bit of peace and come in and have the Rovali's experience and enjoy your time with us, that in turn feeds us and allows us to feel good about what we're doing as well. So that's how communities work, right? And Rovali's in and of itself, because when you talk about community, you always think about, a lot of different organizations and stuff like that. But if you dig down a little deeper and you think about communities, the community could be your family, right? It could be your family, and to have peace and a peaceful coexistence, and just the thought of community, of helping each other out and doing the things that are necessary to help each other, it springs forth, right? And I'm not trying to get philosophical. I'm just telling you what's coming to my mind right now. But it springs forth, and when I saw our staff coming out of Rovali's that afternoon with food that they were on their day off. They weren't working, and they decided to come to Rovali's to dine. That tells me a lot. And so for them, even my staff, my team, that they come and have escape the craziness for a little while at Rovali's, that's amazing to me. But when my community at Rovali's, our team, my family, everybody that works with us, When we all work together, man, there's nothing that makes me more proud. Nothing that makes me feel good inside like that. You know, is really awesome. And I'll tell you, on I think it was Friday night. We got slammed with takeout orders, and the place, the dining room and the patio was full. And my kitchen, they were busting it. I mean, they were working so hard, you know. And it was interesting because on the way out, my daughter Felicia, she said, "Hey, you may want to pop in the kitchen." I was just getting ready to go home. She said, "You may want to pop in the kitchen and say an encouraging word." And and she was absolutely correct, to do that. And so I went in there, and I gave him a tip of my own. Okay, I'm not going to say, the monetary number does not matter, and I'm not trying to act like a good guy or anything like that. I'm just telling you, this stuff all happened just like this, pop, 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 pop. And and when you're moved to do something, you do it. And that's what I did. My daughter says, "Hey, give them an encouraging word. They had a rough night." And that's what I did. And I just said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And my dishwasher, he said, and this is honest. This is honest. He says, "Really, you're giving me this?" And I said, "Yes." Said, "Thank you for working so hard for me." And he said, "That's why I love working here." He said, "I've worked at other places, and you treat us like humans." And I said, "Well, you're family. Of course, that's how we're going to treat you." But man, what a great compliment, What a great compliment. I'm not trying to act like we're perfect, because we're far from perfect. I'm not. But I'm telling you, the stuff that affects me and in turn makes me want to serve you more. That's why I say that these things. It's not a boast at all. It is just I appreciate. I really, really appreciate you guys as family and friends. I appreciate my staff as family, and everybody just working together in this little microscopic, I should say, community that is the Rovali's experience. And so that's why I always use that word a lot, the experience, rather than, "Oh, this is my restaurant," or "Did you have a good meal?" or that kind of a thing. To me, it's all encompassing. And when we get the compliments that we do, even from our staff, from our friends and family like you guys, then we know we're doing our job right, and we know that we're providing something more than a meal at Rovali's, and that is to take you away from a lot of this craziness that's going on right now. And it's important. It's important to us, and hopefully, and I know it's important to you guys. I know everybody strives for peace, and that's what we want. But if we can do this in our own little way, that's what we want to do, and that's what we're going to continue to do for you guys. So thank you, and that's my message. We don't open until 4 p.m. today. On every Monday, we open just for dinner. So stop by, and our takeout and curbside is still going. And we know you guys are back at school, and the routine has changed. But don't forget, if you want to do take and bake, you can order dinner. We just require 2 hours notice, because we make the dinners fresh for you. So we require 2 hours notice. So if you're thinking about, I don't want to cook dinner tonight, it's been a hectic day, call us, order take and bake, and it feeds 4 to 6 people. And pick dinner up on the way home. Curbside, we'll bring it out to your car, and or pizza or whatever, because we know the schedules have changed. So sometimes things are so hectic that I don't want to go home and fix dinner tonight, or I'm too busy. Order takeout from Rovali's. We'll make sure it's nice and hot for you. And you can order online at rovalis.com, ROVALIS.com, or you can call us at 801-394-1070. All right, you guys, thanks for listening to me. I just wanted to say thank you. We're very grateful, and we had a great weekend, and we look forward to a new week. Hey, it is the last day of August. Holy smokes, can you believe it? Can you believe it? Well, the temperature today is going to be, the high is a 76. So tonight is going to be the perfect night to eat out on a patio. Our social distancing is perfect out there. The tables are far enough apart. Everybody's always comfortable out there, and our social distancing is correct in the inside too. So if you want to eat, dine in or dine out, or if you want curbside, everything is available for you tonight. We open again every Monday at 4 p.m. All right, you guys, have a good one, and look forward this week to our Rovali's Dessert Roulette. It's not coming yet. We're only doing it midweek, not on the weekends. We had a lot of people asking over the weekend, and we don't do it on the weekends. We may, it just depends on how popular it's getting, but it's starting to gain momentum because people are seeing the great bill and they think it's fun letting us choose the desserts for you. Okay, so I'll keep you informed on that when we're getting ready to do our Rovali's Dessert Roulette again this week. All right, you guys, ciao for now. We will see you on the flip side. Bye. Whoop. And double. Whoop, whoop.